What's up guys, today we need to talk about what's going on currently in Baki Rahen, the long awaited rematch between Jack Hanma and Pickle. We are now deep into the fight with our Hanma boy going absolutely in with these various combos and truly highlighting that Jack is indeed a martial artist, not solely a biting cyborg that many believe he only represents. In the early stages of the fight, we have Jack landing various combos and Pickle just outright tanking all the blows, and you could say not even taking the fight that serious yet. But now in the most recent chapter, we kinda have a similar thing occurring, but to a more extreme degree you could say. For example, we have him landing multiple jabs, counters and direct kicks that just results in Pickle smiling. We do have his face bruised up quite a bit and blood leaving his nose, but the damage isn't anything major, where we get a callback to Pickle's era, the land of the dinosaurs, and how Jack compared to other humans in today's standards is an absolute giant, but compared to what Pickle had to face, the dinosaurs, he's absolutely nothing compared to them when looking at the size of them. However, the whole point of this fight and what's being built up is the modern purity, the evolution of martial arts compared to ancient purity, Pickle's ancient fighting style, just raw stats, which kinda brings us back to the Baki and Pickle fight at the end of that arc long ago, where Baki pretty much highlighted that when using modern martial arts, when using technique, he's able to absolutely dominate Pickle. An aspect I think a lot of people forget about is that Pickle was absolutely getting destroyed, trying to run away from Baki and failed in that regard as well, crying after receiving all of his blows, and it got so bad that the people watching, Hanayama and I believe Retsu as well, who had just lost a foot by the hands of Pickle, was actually feeling bad for the Dino Boy due to the insane beating Baki was providing him. And it was honestly so bad, Baki's like, okay, I'll go raw strength versus raw strength, no techniques involved. And then in that final moment, that's where Pickle pulled out a technique of his own, allowing him to defeat Baki in the final clash, while also highlighting that in raw strength, Pickle is still the superior one. Therefore, it's possible we could be having a similar thing occurring right now. Jack is landing all these strikes and they don't seem to be phasing Pickle, which could be a way to argue Pickle has indeed got stronger since back then, which I do hope is the case. But it could also be used to argue maybe Jack, when it comes to raw martial art technique, isn't really on Baki's level. How yes, he's very capable, a top tier, but not like the god of the verse like Baki and Yujiro seem to represent in the series, and maybe more so Baki, who is all technique rather than raw stats like someone like Yujiro who just aura negs most people. But apart from all the striking we've seen so far, the fact we have a panel of Jack landing a German suplex on Pickle, absolutely goated, amazing art, and I'm glad they're actually taking this approach with the fight. I was expecting the biting to occur right away, as the previous chapter concluded with Jack coming to the conclusion and the narrator confirming that this fight can only continue with the use of bites, but Jack is still giving it everything he has, using a variety of martial arts, mounting him on the ground to land a hammer blow, and seeing if the most powerful strike one can perform, the hammer blow with your fist like that, is able to deal enough damage to Pickle, and if not, that's where Jack is going to pull out the biting, which I do believe is going to include the return of the almighty kiss. Both Jack and Pickle, since reuniting after all these years, have thought of this moment from their original fight in the last 5 or so chapters, and is something that could be viewed as the ultimate biting exchange to highlight which one is superior in that regard. During the original, Pickle was the one on top, but now that is about to change due to Jack's dedication and determination in creating his martial art, the way of the biting, evolving that over the years, and relating this back to the battle of modern and ancient purity once again with the evolution of biting that has occurred between these two characters. But I'm still waiting for Pickle to try his own strikes, and whether or not we're going to see an evolution of technique from Pickle. As a reminder, at 2 points during the Pickle arc, he used technique. The first time was during the little inner city exchange between him and Bucky, and the second time, as I mentioned earlier, was in their final exchange during the underground at the end of the Bucky and Pickle fight. At every other point in the story, we haven't really seen Pickle use techniques again. For example, when he pulled up on the father-son fight, he didn't really get a chance, he was humbled real quick. And then in the Musashi fight, again, he didn't really get a chance, he was getting overwhelmed for the most part, and Pickle was really just a stat monster, raw strength and durability. However, he also has his transformation, which, if you guys don't know, Jack Hanma has actually seen. He was watching the fight between Pickle and Musashi where he entered that transformation. He didn't watch the Bucky and Pickle fight, but he did watch that one, meaning he's aware of it and is probably waiting for that to occur before he begins the biting perhaps, as that is low-key a counter to Jack's winning conditions he's been using since his return, the bleeding out method you could say, where he bites his opponent's weak points to slowly weaken them due to the loss of blood, resulting them to fall unconscious by the end of the fight. When Pickle enters his transformation, his wounds more so close, meaning the blood dripping from him stops virtually. That's what happened when he was facing Musashi, meaning he's low-key a counter to Jack's Gao Dao, which is going to make this fight even more interesting, and I still believe we are in the very early stages. This is going to be a very long and amazing fight. Pickle still messing with Jack most likely, and Jack as well is just having some fun, landing various combos, and seeing what Pickle is truly made of before he goes into his main tactics, the Gao Dao, to highlight what he's really capable of, and once again send fear to everyone watching him so Jack can be recognized as the strongest creature alive, his main goal during this arc, alongside revenge on Pickle importantly, which is a key aspect I need to remind you all of. Jack wants that revenge, wants Pickle to be absolutely dominated and destroyed in this fight. They had the same expression that Jack had during that arc, meaning this is all building up to that eventually occurring. However, we do have some unfortunate or bad news you can say. The Bucky manga is once again on break. The next chapter is coming out around the 3rd of October, meaning so far for this fight, the chapters have been releasing bi-weekly, around 2 a month. If you guys don't know, the Bucky manga doesn't have a specific release schedule. It's more so when the author has completed a chapter, it comes out. But it seems like they're taking the bi-weekly approach, and it has been like that for some time. However, for all we know, it could change to a weekly again out of nowhere. It's inconsistent, not even including the various side manga, which I recommend you guys checking out, alongside this playlist with all the other Bucky Rahen videos, and I'll be making one for all my what if battles and other Bucky content soon as well. There's going to be a lot of content in there. If you haven't already, check out the official partner channel, GamerSupps. We have a new discount and new stuff arriving, which is amazing to check out. And most importantly, the members of the channel, these absolute mad lads, thanks for all the support. You can do the same and get access to additional content and various other benefits. Link in the description. More videos coming soon, some special collabs you could say. But that's it guys, peace.